What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Samurai Black Zack, and I'm back with another spectacular video. And as usual, if this is the first time you've ever been on my channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and tap that notification bell for more daily content. And yeah, once again, I'm back in my car, making this video. So today is, I want to say maybe, today, let's just say today is Thursday. So I might post this on Friday or Saturday, well, depending on how my schedule is. But today, I'm going to read you another article from The Verge called How the Creators of Yakuza Turned Hard-Boiled Detective Drama into a Game. So basically, the producer, Kazuki Hosokawa, explains how the Yakuza team switched directions. Which is actually pretty good because Ryogaku Toku has created a very successful franchise for Sega. Other than the Sonic, well, they didn't make the Sonic franchise, but Sega in general has good franchises. But let's get to the reading here. So last year, I think it was last year, the Yakuza series wrapped up its sixth and final entry, which bid farewell to the lovable hero Kazuma Kiryu. Given the strong attachment fans had to the character, the team behind the series realized that they had to go in a different direction for the next game. Judgement, which launches it already launched, of course, on the PS4, is similar to Yakuza in a lot of ways, but it's a hard-boiled detective story. It's something that producer Kazuki Hosokawa, who directed both the Yakuza 5 and the prequel Yakuza 0, have been thinking about since 2012. It starts with personal preference, he told The Verge during an interview at E3 last week. I really love thrillers and detective stories. Despite their prevalence in the other media, detective drama don't exactly have a rich history in games. There are a few notable exemptions like the goofy but heartwarming. But he's gonna say Jackie Chan after this, or something else. I don't know. Oh, Ace Attorney series. That makes sense. I think it was Namco who created that series or something else. Maybe, I don't know. But for whatever reason, the genre hasn't really taken off. As it turns out, interactively adds a particular level of challenge to creating a story about an investigation. It's something Hosokawa realized early on in development. It's a difficult genre to tackle in games. I definitely think it's a difficult genre to tackle in games. Sorry about that. This was the heading and it's repeated itself again. Because solving the mystery is so important for progressing the storyline. And I feel like there's so many different types of players and they all have different abilities to solve mysteries, he says. Come to think of it, the only detective games I've ever played is Sleeping Dogs, Starsky and Hutch, and yeah, basically that's pretty much it. I wanted to get into the other two true crime games, Streets of LA and New York, but unfortunately I had parents who didn't allow their child to play those type of M-rated games, which I can understand because, hey, I'm glad I didn't grow up in the environment where I was just randomly cussing for no reason and I get smacked in the face by my parents and I end up crying on the floor and all that. But anyway, to get around this, Judgment team used two different tactics. To start, they filled the game with all kinds of detective elements. At various points, you'll have to scan areas for clues, question witnesses, navigate overflowing case files, and inconspicuously follow people to see what they're up to. Judgment plays a lot like a traditional Yakuza game, which means you'll be exploring a large, impressively detailed city and getting into lots of fist fights. Kind of like something Kiryu Kazuma did. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they took the map from Yakuza 6, which I haven't played yet. So, do not give me any spoilers on Yakuza 6. and put it into this Judgment game. Let's see, where was I at? Yeah, but these new interactions give it a different flavor. One very in keeping with the detective vibe, but when you do plenty of investigating in the game, you won't necessarily be solving crimes. Instead, the movements of empathy are featured in cutscenes and in-game dialogue, so you can, along like in the movie or TV show, but not get stuck because... Oh, and for those of you guys who are wondering what's that noise in the background, that's my air conditioner because I'm hot. It's like 81 degrees out here. And I'm sweating. You missed the clue. We tried to put a lot of those movements in revelation in storyline sides of things, so that players can experience the drama Hosokawa says. In addition to these elements, another thing long-time Yakuza players will notice is a change in tone. The Yakuza games are well known for the unique blend of silly and serious. One moment you're in the midst of a drama fight between warring Yakuza families, the next you're accidentally winning a live chicken in a contest. Wow. That's funny. Given Judgment's more serious tone, the silly aspects have been laid back, though they're not altogether gone. We want to make sure that players are able to see different sides of the character and provide a variety of personality outlets so that the players can get to know the character in their own way, explains Hosokawa. The new character is a big shift. Most of the Yakuza's more offbeat elements worked because of Kiryu, a lovable gangster with a heart of gold and seemingly superhuman strength. But for Judgment, the team wanted someone more ground to fit the Nor vibe. The game stars Takayuki Yagami, a former defense attorney turned private investigator, who gets pulled into a large conspiracy involving the criminal underworld. Hosokawa says that while having a brand new character and storyline was freeing, it was also a big challenge, particularly for a studio so tightly connected to a single franchise. When you're writing a story and there's a lot really solid character that has been around for a long time, the character dictates what happens next. He explains in the contrast to that with Yagami, at the start of the development, we didn't really have anything attached to him at all. It was a challenge, but an opportunity for a development team that has been working so long on the same series. While it strikes a new note, Judgment also follows a particular prolific period of the Yakuza series, where major new entries include prequels and remakes have launched on a near annual basis. With this in mind, Hosokawa said that the team had a clear goal of making sure it didn't feel like another Yakuza game, which clearly isn't, and I'm actually cool with it. We definitely didn't want players to tire of the design and the familiar emulates, he says. So we did put a lot of thought into how we differentiated. And I'll give Ryo Gakutoku and I can't even get his name right, Hosokawa, credit for making this game. And man, I'm currently on chapter 2 because I've been working a lot and I haven't put out much Judgment content. But don't get me wrong, I have put a lot of Judgment content on YouTube. Actually made a playlist, which I might be able to, I guess, put it under this video in the description below. But that's all I gotta say right now. I'm Samurai Blackzack, and I'm signing out. Peace. Watch out!